Hello guys, hope you're doing well. Okay, so as it happened, Schalke faced Werder Bremen. Werder Bremen were in a position where they are fighting relegation. They're in a relegation battle right now. And Schalke actually did not lose. Schalke actually did not win their 11th game in a row, straight 11 games with no victory. So let's just dive into the match and talk about a few things that went wrong, a few things that could have happened, and also a controversial penalty as well. So let's check the formations first. Schalke came up with a 3-4-2-1, and Werder Bremen played with a traditional 4-4-2 with a CDM. So the two lineups seems pretty good, but the way we expected Schalke to play was not up to the mark because uh, Schalke really needed this win, and Werder Bremen on the other hand, yes, they are fighting relegation battle and they also need that win. But Werder Bremen, what they did was Schalke played brilliantly, but what Werder Bremen did was they were the first in the line because from the beginning they were pressing real hard. They were pressing real hard and was not giving Schalke defense any breathing space. Whenever Schalke was getting the ball, they were like attacking the ball and also like pressing hard so that some due to some mistakes or maybe due to high press they are going to lose the ball or they are going to snatch it from them. So let's see how compact their midfield was. So you can see here Werder Bremen shirts all over the place, and they are whenever Schalke is getting the ball, they are making the midfield very compact so that they do not Schalke does not get good amount of passing space, and also it's easier for them to snatch the ball and intercept more passes. Also, you can see there's constant high press. Whenever Werder Bremen is getting the ball, they are spreading the game. They are actually deploying their as they were playing 4-4-2 with the central defensive midfielder. They could afford to get both their fullbacks high up, get them high up, and yes, contribute to the defense. You can contribute to the attack. You can see here Schalke is falling back, they're running, but Werder Bremen is still pressing even while uh, they are in their own half. So let me make this bit clear. This wasn't as a clear explanation as it should have been. I'm sorry, but let me be a little bit clear. If you can see here, there is one person pushing the Schalke defense, the forward, and then there is a ball. The ball is with a midfielder who is deep inside the Werder Bremen territory, and then there are three other players who are actually taking up position and they are running hard. Another instance is this. This is, trust me, this is Schalke's half. This is Schalke's half, and the more number of white shirts can be seen than blue shirts. This is the way that Werder Bremen has been pressing in the beginning, and that actually helped them get this win. Nothing else. That's the thing that helped them get the win. The next is this picture where you can see Schalke has the ball. There are three defenders of Schalke as they play the back three, and Werder Bremen's two forwards are straight up, and pressing them so that they make mistakes. Schalke should make mistakes, and then Werder Bremen are going to capitalize on it. Now, let's see how this turned up into a goal. The goal by Bittencourt. The goal was really good as Rashica breaks through the defense, and Schalke was trying to keep hold of the ball at that time, but somehow they broke down, and then a ball to Bittencourt, and Bittencourt with a good left footer, almost 30 yards out, he scored the goal. This is I'll show you a few angles through which the goal was scored. This is the place from which the goal actually entered the ball actually entered the goal. So you can see this is the position almost 30 yards from. This is where from Bittencourt hit the sweet spot, and yes, that was a goal. Alexander Nubel was on a radar today, and I think he could have played better definitely, but he did not play bad as well. So for Alexander Nubel, yes, he's kind of having a hard time at Schalke right now because Schubert is right now the main goalkeeper, as Nubel is going to depart from Schalke in the coming season. As just about a few matches left for Nubel in the Royal Blues. Schubert was missing. He was in the substitution, but Nubel was given a chance center stage today. Well, there were a few attempts by Schalke where I really felt that in the second half, Schalke began really hard. Schalke did what Werder Bremen was doing in the second half, and they really deserved to score a goal, but their finishing was not up to the mark. Their finishing wasn't as good as it should have been to get an equalizer. Score remained 1-0 till the end. And let's see a few Schalke attempts that could have had an equalizer and also probably a lead. Let's see. This is a good place from where Schalke did miss. Yes, all credits goes to the defense of Werder Bremen. They pressed real hard. You can see the defender slid in, but the tackle missed the ball. And these are a few pictures where you can get an idea. Of course, I can't show you the video. You can get a clear idea of how and from where the shots were taken. This is the first chance, and this is the second chance which Schalke got, but this is a very easy place to score from. Yes, it was a volley. Volleys are comparatively tough, but this was an easy place to score from, and he could not finish from this position. Now let's talk a bit more about the match. Why, according to me, the opinion is mine, of course. Why, according to me, Schalke could not get an equalizer or a win. Werder Bremen was really good in the first half, and by the time it was 45 minutes, after the 45th minute, Schalke had the game. Definitely, undoubtedly, the rest 45, Schalke had the game. But in the rest 45 minutes, Werder Bremen did a few changes and added some defensive powers. And yes, also they added Davy, who came in and gave a lot of stamina to the team, and he ran all over the place. He was, whenever there was pressure, he was with the ball and running. Either you snatch the ball from him, either you foul him, or either you chase him, just buying time to the defense. This is how Schalke actually panned out their game. Werder Bremen panned out their game, and in the dying moments, or not the dying moments, in the last 25 or 20 minutes, Werder Bremen were just defending, and Schalke were actually on the top of their game in the second half, and they were having more attempts after attempts, but none were converted. That's the main problem. One, they were tired at the end because they did not start pressing in the first half, tiredness did play a part. Second was their finishing was really, really bad. Their finishing wasn't at all good. The score could have been 2-0. Score could have been 2-0. Why? Because Osako got a great chance which he missed. This is the place from where Osako missed. Yes, he should have been a bit more selfish, should have tried a chip over Alexander Newell, but he did not. He attempted a pass and the ball was cleared later on. But this is very, very important and probably a very crucial goal, because if you're in a position where you're fighting relegation, even goal differences matter a lot. So this should have been converted. The score should have been 2-0. And yes, the score should have been 1-0 as well if one goal each or two goal each, if Schalke could have been efficient and effective when it came to finishing. So let's see the stats before we end this. This was the stats in the first half. This was the stats when the first half ended. Werder Bremen had 71% of possession, where Schalke had just 29. The shots on target were nil. Schalke did not have any shots on target. They were missing chances. It was a really physical game. As you can see, the fouls were almost shared equally. Let's see the stats in the full time. Schalke picked up their game in the second half, and you can see they have 41 possession, 29 to 41. That's a good jump, and the game remained as physical as it is with 18 and 16 fouls shared, and you can see the shots. And this is where this is why I really say that Schalke was very, very reluctant when it came to the finishing. They had 9 shots, out of which only 1 were on target, whereas Werder Bremen had 5, out of which 2 were on target. I'm not saying Werder Bremen had a really, really high shot on target percentage, but they were definitely better, and yes, they saw the match through and they got the required 3 points. And you can see in the standings, Schalke with their straight 11th match where they did not win, and Werder Bremen, they really, really needed those 3 points. Schalke started off with 37. They are at 37 with 29 matches played, and Werder Bremen, they started with 22 and now they have 25 points. There's a light of hope for Werder Bremen still if they can keep up with the game and they can keep on going. But according to me, this should have been a very, very even match, and the match was good. The second half was Schalke's and the first half was Werder Bremen's. But nonetheless, it's really, really good to see live action after after like a long time. And we have been actually binge watching Bundesliga recently, and yes, La Liga and Premier League are almost set to return, and so I think we are going to have a great time. And yes, football is back. So if you guys liked it, share this with your friends. We'll be trying to go live, and also I think you can see the score lines on the screen, and we'll be trying to go live as much as possible. And please stay safe, and probably we'll be back with the Bayern versus Düsseldorf match. Till then, stay safe and